Palo Alto started as a hardware company. It did what FireEye couldn't do and what Fortinet has yet to do. It built around a next generation firewall and just started surrounding it with all the relevant products that you could build into a platform. I think Palo Alto Networks may be one of the most remarkable companies I've ever seen. It is the Salesforce of digital security. What I mean by that is Salesforce is kind of a mutant company in how it's been able to acquire businesses and then create compounded value from those acquisitions. That's really rare. Palo Alto's done the same thing. Palo Alto's done the same thing, but in digital security. And so where its sweet spot is a company like ours, where we are like, look, we're not going to ditch all of the on-premise stuff we've built over 28 years. We are going to bring in cloud stuff, but we've got some stuff. And so we want you to be able to help us with things like a firewall. So we have bought Palo Alto Networks firewall hardware. And then we have Palo Alto Networks software and services. It is a really unique model whereby they do a lot in the cloud. They still sell some hardware, but it's the minority of their business now. And they are primarily like, hey, give us your use case. Here are all of the things that we can do and the platform that we've built. Where can we plug in for you? It works. It's a really great model. And they are growing at a decent clip because that model works so well. Because as much as I believe in Jay Chaudhry and I believe in Zscaler, there are always going to be companies that are not going to go all cloud. That is always going to happen. As long as that's true, you have this alternative called Palo Alto Networks. And it is a really well-constructed, really well-run business on it. I think it gets far less love than it deserves, which is a little bit surprising to me, but maybe it shouldn't be, because it doesn't scream cloud. It screams 20th century, but it's not. It's not. It's a really misunderstood business.
And yeah, I mean, I think it might be stepping on a question in the future, but when we're talking about competitors, every single one of these seven, so I guess five of the seven, so Palo Alto didn't name itself, and I think maybe FireEye didn't, but all the others named Palo Alto Networks as a competitor.
Of course they did.
No other company got that love.
Yeah, of course they did.
Whatever.
And it's because Palo Alto Networks is arguably, and this is arguable, but it is arguably the most complete security platform available today. But I don't want to say that to somehow diminish Zscaler. It doesn't. Zscaler has built ecosystems around its core products and it's doing really well. It has a cloud native alternative to what Palo Alto is doing, but I think those two are on a pretty direct collision course.
And in terms of that valuation, we're talking about all of them except FireEye, which is only like $5 billion. All the others are in the 20-some billion to the 40-some billion dollar range in market cap. And so Palo Alto Networks at $35 billion. It's got the lowest price to sales other than FireEye at just 9 times price to sales. And it grows at 22% this past year, which compared to the eye poppers is lower, but has been proven over a longer period of time.
Yeah, still very significant. Absolutely.
Highest
So it's got a lot of good products, it's got good leadership. It's and this is always sort of just a kind of a checkbox for me, but if our security team tells us like they're making really good stuff, I pay attention. And that's what our security team says. They're making really good stuff. So if I hear that from somebody whose job it is to actually spend money on security, I pay attention.